We just launched the first Bitcoin Treasury Stock Exchange in the world, and we are incredibly excited. What the hell is going on? Let me walk you through what we just shipped for all of you guys. So basically, as everybody knows, the Bitcoin Treasury market is quite fragmented. Like basically all these treasury companies are listed all across the world. You've got companies in the New York Stock Exchange, in the Nasdaq, in the UK, in Africa, in Latin America. And for people from all around the world to invest in these companies, it is quite a challenge, because at the end of the day, you need several brokers, or you could use very old-fashioned brokers that have access to the different markets. And so essentially what's going on today and what we see is that investing in treasury companies is basically a pain in the ass. This is what we're solving with Roxom and this product, Bitcoin Treasury Stock Exchange, where you guys will be able to invest in any Bitcoin treasury company you want from anywhere in the world in just one click. Essentially what we're doing is that we're making it really, really simple to invest in all of these companies, which are your probably today favorite companies, right? Not only this, but also we have partnered up with BitcoinTreasuries.net and Pete Rizzo and their team, amazing team. For you guys to have an idea, there's around 500,000 people that go into treasuries.net to check on the data, on how much Bitcoin the different treasury companies have and so on, and the purchases, and just understand and know what's going on in the market. Because we have this problem of fragmentation, like the lack of tradability and investability, let's say, in the companies, because they are in different markets. We've partnered up with them so that these 500,000 people that are going into BitcoinTreasuries.net every single month, they can now directly from their site invest in all of these treasury companies. Today, all of you guys get to see a lot of data, but it's not as easy to invest. And from now on, investing in all of the Bitcoin treasury companies will be amazing. We're also working very, very hard and aggressively to also list the preferreds. We want all of you guys to be able to invest and buy all the preferreds from Strategy, from Strive, and so on. And for you guys to get your, let's say, recurring income and basically dividends every single month in Roxom. For the time being, the dividends are going to be payable in Bitcoin, and then we will also enable for the dividends to be payable in stablecoins once we also have and support stablecoins in Roxom. We're also working very hard to list stocks from other exchanges in the world. So we are working to integrate the European stock market so that you guys can invest in Capital B and all of the European companies. We're working to enable all the UK markets, London Stock Exchange, and the Aquis, so you guys can invest in SWC and all of the British treasury stocks. And then we're also working with treasury companies from all across the world so that you guys can invest in Japan, in Africa, in Latin America, and so on and so forth. Basically, the idea is that when you think about Roxom and what we call these Bitcoin capital markets, you should think about something where you can invest in all the stock markets in the world, in all the Bitcoin treasury companies in the world, just from one place. And of course, everything denominated in the one true currency that the world has today, which is Bitcoin. And this is going to be the last point of this small video, which is if you are analyzing or looking at the returns that your investments give you in dollars, then you could pretty much be missing out on what's going on. Many things in dollar terms look like they are going up, but in Bitcoin terms, they don't. They are actually going down in the long term. We believe in Roxom that Bitcoin is to the dollar what the dollar has been to the peso in Argentina, meaning that those who manage to save the maximum amount of Bitcoin in the long term will be the most successful, financially successful people or investors in the world. So what is better than that? Or how can you actually accumulate more Bitcoin? Well, to accumulate more Bitcoin, you should be thinking in Bitcoin and investing in Bitcoin terms and pricing your investments in Bitcoin terms. Because as I like to say, you've never seen an Argentine saying, hey, I want to accumulate more dollars, so I'm just going to price everything in pesos. Well, this is exactly the same, right? It doesn't make sense for a Bitcoiner to say, like, I want to accumulate more Bitcoin in the long run, so I'm just going to price everything in dollars. If you want to accumulate more Bitcoin, you should be pricing things in Bitcoin. And this is why we're doing like the Bitcoin capital markets and so on, so that you guys can have a platform where your investments, the pricing, the unit of account, and so on is in Bitcoin, so that you can truly understand if you're doing well or not in a Bitcoin standard. So I hope that you guys love the product that we've just launched. Again, there's plenty of improvements coming up. We're going to be working on having the best price for the stocks, to include more US stocks, equities, and preferreds that we're missing. Also to include equities from other exchanges in the world, again, Europe, Japan, Africa, Latin America, the UK, and many others. Wherever there are interesting treasury companies, we'll be there to support that market. And hope that you guys can all use it, give us feedback, and help us continue to improve the product. So thank you so much to everybody, and see you on the next one.